Just trying to get it situated. Okay. Okay, baby, we live. We live now. So, I'm excited for today's live. I really want to talk to this idea of doing nothing to get everything. Yes, exactly. Like you. Like my daughter who does nothing and gets everything. Yes, exactly. You know all about it. You know all about it. Okay. Okay. They can hear you. They can hear you. Yes, they can hear you. Samaya, they can hear you. You're so silly. You're just a silly girl. Hi, Khadijah. How are you? Okay. They can hear you, girl. So, Samaya, are you going to let me talk? I feel like she's in her, if I talk, she's going to talk phase. So, we'll see how today goes. Yes, Samaya, they can hear you. They can see you. I made sure that you were live on camera so that you can have your spotlight going. Yes, exactly. Okay, anyways, so we're going to talk about do nothing to receive everything. Also, Khadijah, I emailed you back because I know you had questions about the time and things. So I did email you back for the course. Say thank you. Say thank you. Say thank you. Coco say you're so cute. Yes, she do. She always want to be a part of my conversation. Yes, and she gives the best hugs. So yeah, this idea of just doing nothing means to be and to tap into that aspect of yourself that is already just being, and how that allows you to get everything. Because I made a post yesterday and I was saying that people think that resting as the I am, right? Which is constantly taking your attention towards that which is aware of your experience is a passive state. And it can seem like, oh, doing this, I lose my sense of control. Like I'm just gonna allow life to happen to me. Where's the autonomy in that, right? It seems very passive to rest as the I am, but that is not what being the I am is all about at all. Like that's not what it's pointing to. What it's actually pointing to is just like to free any constricted energy that you have, so that you can, so that the body can, so that the separate self can just go on its path, whatever that is for you, like whatever your desires are. So many people I've talked to and coached so many people that come to me and they have all these desires, but then they have all these stories around why it's not possible for them, why they can't have it, right? All the limitations, all the restrictions. So then I invite them to just witness it. And it's so simple. It's so simple. I don't really, why? Why do you want to see my child? Hey, I want to see your child. I don't know. I just don't like the way that is. She comes on camera when she wants to, and she's shaking the tripod right now. Stop. Yes, baby. Somebody wants to see you, but I don't know why. What was I saying? Oh, I invite them to just do nothing, to just watch the thoughts of the limitations. Okay, Samaya, seriously, stop. Hi, Kiki. To watch the thoughts of limitation, to watch the thoughts of all the stories around why you can't do it, why it's not possible, what is hindering you from being able to become the version of yourself who can make it happen. Just watch it. Don't try to change it. Don't add new stories. Not yet. Just learn how to watch the stories, because in the watching the stories, you see very clearly that they're stories, that they're not you. That it's like a tape recorder. You've been recording information since you were a kid, right? My daughter right now, she is a sponge. Babies are sponges. They're just taking in everything. And then it in turn becomes their internal dialogue. And then we grow up believing that that internal dialogue is who we are. We like heavily identify with it. And because the internal dialogue triggers sensations, or I wouldn't even say they trigger sensations in the body, but there's like sensations in the body, and then the internal dialogue connects with it. So then we localize ourselves to one single point. So then it like strengthens the illusion of being the separate self, of being the body and the mind. But that's not the case. And when you start to just be and do nothing and just observe, somebody, if it falls on you, you're gonna hurt yourself. Stop. Stop. Come here. She's always trying to hurt herself. I don't understand these kids. Then they get upset when you protect them from. Put that down. Put that down. Put it down. Hi, Charlotte. Put it down. I need her dad to wake up. But when you do that, right? When you can just start to observe and just be and do nothing. Oh, thank you, Charlotte. I appreciate you. I really appreciate you. Just be and do nothing. Then you see the truth of who you are, which is not limited to anything. You are not boxed into anywhere. You are not localized to any point. You are just like space. You are elusive. You can't be named. You can't be defined. And you come into contact with this aspect of yourself, where for so long you've been identified with thoughts and perceptions, and constantly turning your attention outwardly and turning your attention inwardly, and not inwardly to what is aware of the experience, but turning your attention inwardly to sensations, to thoughts. But when you just start to do nothing, which just means you're already doing it too, as the awareness. You're always simply just aware of experience, and experience is coming and going in you. When you start to do that, now you know what it means when it's like before. Why every time, sometimes when I type, everyone just stops? I don't have no idea. Thank you, Ashley. So Maya, they hear you. When you just be, then you realize who you are, and then you realize that you are not separate from your desires. So now all of a sudden because you were so identified with the stories, it was filtering out the opportunities. It was filtering out why things weren't working out for you. She doesn't want to be in camera right now. She's just doing her own thing. You want to put this in your hair? Okay, I'll put this in your hair. It's in your hair. You look so pretty. Oh, you look so beautiful. You look so beautiful. You look so beautiful. So that's what I'm pointing to right now. And I've been deep in practice, especially since I came to Malaysia. I feel like this space, being here, it's daytime. It's 9:48 a.m. on Saturday for me. So since being here, it has really allowed me to like let go of, I don't know, the pressure of being someone, right? This pressure of having to do everything on my own. Like I would say, I want to trust that it's all going to work out. And I was doing my best, but it felt like a fight. It felt like a fight. Oh, really? Where are you located? Friday. Yeah. We are like 12 hours ahead, 10 hours ahead of where I came from is Denver. I know Denver is like 7:49 Friday night right now. But no, it's 9:49 a.m. Saturday morning. So I was like, oh, I think this is a cool time to go live. Look, y'all, it's morning time. Morning time. It's so beautiful too. It's kind of like a, I love, like, I go on the balcony, I'll sit here and I'll just journal, and I'm just like looking out, and it's so soothing to be in this environment and to take a load off and to rest. And I mean, but even before this, right? Even before I was here, I'm in Malaysia. I'm in Southeast Asia, in Malaysia. But even before, and it's like birds, and like the birds are here. Actually, let's go chill out on the balcony. Hold on. I'm gonna take you guys with me to the room to wake up Samaya's dad. Babe, can you get Samaya, please? Thank you. Samaya, go. She has a book. She got her book, y'all. Say hi. Everybody wants to see you. Say hi. Your shirt is like falling all off. She got her book. She loves to be read to. Okay. Here, go give it to your dad. She has a book. It's called Beautiful. Go give it to your dad. Here. He's going to read to you. Go give it to your dad. No, not me. Go give it to your dad. Okay, bye-bye. See you later. No. Babe, can you please get her? She wants you to read to her. Here. Go. You say your dad is hard to wake up. He's hard to wake up too. But he knows that if I'm on live or if I'm with like a client or something, he'll definitely take her from me. So you say you're in America, Kiki. Where are you at? Love Asia. I do too. No. We are traveling Southeast Asia for the next couple years. So our first stop was in in Malaysia, and then we're going to Thailand October 1st. I'm thinking that long term. Oh, it's kind of loud out here. We're like it's like a street right there, so it's kind of loud. Oh, it's a lot of people in the pool. It has like a pool. We're here for 2 months in this space, and then we go to Thailand October 1st. So we're gonna be in Thailand for like 2 or 3 months. We're thinking Thailand's gonna be our long term, where we're gonna be more long term, or we're gonna go. Or we're gonna come back into Malaysia, be here long term. We love Malaysia. It's been really nice. But we're gonna go to Thailand. We're gonna go to Indonesia. We're gonna go to Vietnam. We can only be in Vietnam for a month with our passports, and then we're also going to hit the Philippines. My boyfriend is half Filipino, so he's never been to the country. And I think we're gonna. Singapore is kind of expensive, but we want to visit Singapore, and yeah. So that's our plan for the next couple years, is to travel, but we want a home base. So Malaysia's either going to be the home base or Thailand's going to be the home base. But this was all possible. What am I hoping to gain on this journey? Honestly, I don't know. I just feel like we just wanted to travel. We wanted to not have the pressure that comes from like living in the West. In Western society, like I said, it's always like this go energy, right? You always want to go. Everybody's trying to like be, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? Everybody wants to be something. Everybody wants to be somebody. Hi, K-Rock. I'm going to travel. My plan is to get my passport towards the end of the year. Yes, you can do it. Literally, I mean, I had a passport. Oh, let me answer the question first. So what our goal is. Our goal is just to experience life, not always on the go. That's it. Like, experience life. And then for me, it's to continue to chip off who I'm perceiving myself to be. So like, and I feel like since being here, especially in this place that we're in now, because we got here like last week, we were in closer to the like capital city of Malaysia. And it was in the capital city of Malaysia, it's still kind of like this hustle culture. It's like this hustle energy. But here, this is like really local Malaysia. It's one of the oldest towns in Malaysia. And everybody here is super laid back, super chill from my experience. So my nervous system has been like taking a deep breath. Like, so And since being here, I feel like I've gotten deeper into like self-inquiry, into questioning the nature of myself, which has, well, what I said, like, do nothing to get everything, because since I've been so much more relaxed, everything is just working out. Since I've been so much more relaxed, which is just aspect of faith, it's like I'm doing nothing and I'm getting everything. I'm doing nothing and everything is working out to my favor. Where before I was like trying to do it all. I thought it was my responsibility to do it all. And I recognize that when I just do nothing, when I just be, everything works out for me. But that's a skill. It's really a skill that you learn. And I was teaching myself that skill even when I was in the US. Teaching myself this skill through like meditation, through self-inquiry. I was reprogramming the subconscious mind with the beliefs that were going to be in reflection to the reality that I wanted. But still, all of that means nothing if like your body is still under so much pressure and under so much stress. Like if you're telling yourself, oh, everything is going to work out for me. What the hell? What? Why are you out here? Where is your dad? No, it's nothing to smile about. Where is your dad? Why are you out here? Oh my God. Hi, Mars. Okay, let me answer some questions because I got to take her back in. I don't even know how she got out here. I only speak English. I will say that I haven't ran into anybody that doesn't speak English here. This is everybody speaks English because Malaysia is composed of 3 different major races. So it's Indians, Malays, and Chinese. Those are the 3 major races in Malaysia, and the way that they communicate with each other is through English. So everybody pretty much speaks English here. So I only speak English. Farouk, come get Samaya. Cause why did she just crawl out here? Come get her. It's literally all about nervous system. It is. And like, and this goes into the doing nothing, because when you do nothing, you enter the state of like what the animals are in, right? You enter this state of just being in tune with the chi, right? With the flow of life. And with that, everything is done for you. And that's already the case now. It's just that there's so much identification with the fact that you are doing it, that you're the one that has to make it happen, that you're the one that has to figure it out. And that can feel like pressure. It can feel like a burden. It can feel like responsibility. It feels like a huge responsibility. And what it does is it in people's body, it leaves them frozen. They enter this freeze state because they don't know how to expand past this like limit, this upper limit of, soon as I hit here, you have a very familiar way of responding to that level of stress. So the work that I did even before I got here was teaching myself how to hold stress. Yeah, he's not coming to get her, but he's like commenting on my video and I don't understand. I'm doing well. Oh, but isn't it kind of delusional to constantly want something that may never happen? I'm just really asking because I'm on a journey and I'm kind of, over it. I would say it's not delusional because what you actually want is the feeling. You don't actually want, I mean, you want the thing, but more than the thing itself, you want the feeling. Farouk, what are you doing? Here. Bye-bye. See you later. Love you. You want the feeling. So it's not about it being delusional. It's not delusional to want to feel at peace, to want to feel happy, to want to feel in love, to want to feel joy. There's nothing delusional about that. What happens is that people make what they desire, they put it on a pedestal, and then they think that it's separate from them. It's actually really loud out here. I'm gonna go inside. All right. Not you telling people you have to use the bathroom. Oh my God. My partner is so silly. He hates when I say partner. My boyfriend is so silly. But no, it's not delusional. It's delusional to believe that you are separate from the thing that you actually want. That's delusional, because it's deluding yourself into believing that you are who you have been taking yourself to be, which is the separate self, which is the collection of memories, of beliefs and ideas that you hold. That's delusional. And it's the highest form of delusion that most people are running into, which is why there's so much suffering in the world, because people have deluded themselves into believing that they are separate from their environment. So from this understanding, but it's easy. This is easier, like, said than experienced, right? Because I can say this, and for me on my journey, I heard this so many times that, I am not separate from my experience. I am everything. And I would even have, glimpses. I would even have these, like, kin shows, as they're called in Zen culture. Kin show is where you, like, dissolve the identification with who you've been taking yourself to be, but it's like it's a split. It's like very quick. So I would have these, and I'm like, okay, I know it, but then when I'm in my regular life, I still feel like I feel localized to my body. I feel localized, like I am here. I know I am here. Like, these are my thoughts, but even that is simply a thought. So it's by doing nothing, just watching. Not all day long. Like, I know I say all day long, but not at the cost of, like, not living your life. Oh, you say you can't sleep? Yeah. Well, when I can't sleep, I'll just read. Reading helps me go to sleep. But not at the cost of, your life, but just, like, taking your attention to what it is that's aware of your experience as much as you can throughout the day. And just asking yourself, like, who is it that's aware? Like, even now in this video, like, just ask yourself, who is it that's aware? What is aware of this video right now? And just notice where your attention goes. If your attention goes to thoughts, then that's letting you know that that is very habitual for your attention to go to thoughts. So that's why it's hard for you to withdraw your attention from stories, even if the stories don't serve you, because you are habitually trained to take your attention to thoughts. But when you can just start to learn that, like, to see beyond the thought. So if you go, who is it that's aware? And then your attention immediately goes to a thought, or it immediately goes to sensation, then ask yourself, who is it that's aware of this thought? Who is it that's aware of this sensation? Now your attention is going to go to, what do you mean, who is it that's aware of this thought? And then it's going to, like, start to scan for, because there's something here and you can feel it. It's really subtle, but you know there's this, like, presence. There's like, the best word is, like, space. But you can sense it. It's here. And you know that this space is behind, or it's, like, holding the experience. And if you can't sense it yet, that's okay. Because what that means is that you're just still trained to take your attention to perceptions, thoughts, sensations. But the more you ask this question, who is it that's aware, then it becomes a skill, and then it becomes very unconscious for you to start to turn your attention here. Let them know, girl, the main thing I'm experiencing right now is actually knowing that I am getting what I want. Then here comes the old survival mechanism trying to save me. And when I catch me doing it, I'm like, girl, relax. I know how to do X, Y, Z to survive in the past. But now I don't need to. I'm just trying my best to focus on knowing that I am worthy. Yes, of receiving. And you know that you are worthy of whatever it is that you are calling in, by knowing that you are the I am. You are worthy because you are the creator of it all. And people take that out of context when I'm saying you are the creator. I'm not talking about you, the, like, collection of ideas that you have about yourself, right? I'm not saying Taylor is the creator of it all. I'm saying the I am, the aware presence, right? Things are only is there because you're aware of it. Without your awareness, reality cannot be. Awareness births experience, and you are that awareness. You are not separate from that awareness. But it's like seeing that you are that awareness is key. Oh, I'm happy to hear that, K-Rock. Yes, Kiki, my name is Taylor. And when you see that you are that awareness, then when the old narrative of like going into the survival, you just see it as like a cloud. It's just passing. Or you see it like a sensation, right? Like a bird. The bird is flying. I'm not taking the bird flying. I'm not grasping onto it and holding onto it and making it mean anything about me. It's just a bird and it's flying. And the same thing goes with thoughts of this isn't gonna work out, or I need to do X, Y, and Z to make it happen, or I need to figure this out, or whatever the mind does to convince us that we are separate from what we want, or to convince us that we have to do so much in order to get what we want. That just becomes like the bird flying in the sky. I see it and then it's gone. I don't have to cling to it. I don't have to hold on to it. But this is a practice and it is a skill. And it's difficult, and I will say this, it's difficult to do that when the body is in such high alert. When you're in high stress. This can be hard to hear. This can be, or it can be easy, like you can hear it, but it's hard to embody, to like be able to relax enough to turn your attention towards that. Because when you're in high stress, again, what happens is that there's very specific stress responses that the body goes through, right? Fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And in those states, you have a very familiar way of responding to those stress responses. So when it's triggered, you're just unconsciously going to go there. So that's why it's important to, like, first, before we even go here, to like get your body on board. And not by relaxing more and like just, you know, taking bubble baths. It, like, I mean, yes, these are all a part of it, but like that's not the only thing. It's also teaching yourself how to hold the duality. Because the reason why those stress responses are triggered is because you're usually met with something that your body meets its upper limit with like a certain level of discomfort. Because maybe when you were, you know, a kid, you weren't taught how to process your emotions. You weren't given the right type of support to like move through this discomfort. So your body learned that when this shows up, we're either going to freeze and just like become avoidant, or I guess that's like flight, to run away from, to avoid, to distract. Fight, which means to just like fight the thoughts, be different, or fight your experience, be different, be something else. But that involves so much energy to fight the experience. Fawn, which is like just being whatever the moment calls, but at the expense of yourself. Or what's the other one? Fight, flee, fight, freeze, flight, and I guess I spoke to them all. But your body has a very familiar way of responding to stress. So that's why it's important to learn how to like expand when the stress appears, so that you could teach yourself how to hold the discomfort when it comes up and like create that space. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions? Because I'm just going. Does anybody have any questions? I love that analogy. It literally takes so much mental muscle and breath to calm the nervous system from years of what you're used to, simply allowing yourself to flow into alignment. Does this work with being in love with someone you are in separation with but want to still be with? Yeah, if you take the attention off of them and you stop creating them as being someone that's separate from you. What is the sense? Like, it's just asking yourself, okay, when you're thinking about this person that you want to be in love with, asking yourself, what is the sensation that I'm hoping to feel by being in union with this person? And can I feel this way now, even if this person is not here? And if you can't, if you're telling yourself like, okay, I'm feeling this way now, but you know that your body is not feeling that way, then that's when it's time to do like what they will call in therapy exposure therapy. But that's when it's time to think of the worst case scenario and allow yourself to feel that and expand. Allow yourself to feel that and breathe into it. Because what's the worst case scenario? Because right now I'm sure you are thinking about the worst case scenario, which is like this person not coming back, thinking about the heartbreak. But then when you think about that and then you feel the heartbreak, or you feel what that could mean, you probably go into really familiar patterns. Oh, this heartbreak, like, oh, here's heartbreak, like, or you're thinking about it, you're probably not like, oh, I don't want to assume what you're doing, but here's heartbreak, here's this familiar sensation, I don't want to deal with this, let me go watch a video. Let me go do X, Y, and Z. Let me do anything but feel heartbreak. Let me go do anything but feel this abandonment. Let me go do anything but feel this rejection. Let me go do anything but feel this. And that's why it just keeps manifesting in the form of your experience of this person not wanting to be with you, or whatever the rejection, abandonment, whatever that could look like, not being chosen, whatever that can look like. It's just going to keep manifesting because of this, I don't want to say unwillingness, but just like not having the skill of knowing how to sit with that sensation. Because when you start to sit with the sensation of heartbreak, of rejection, of abandonment, of not being chosen, of not being loved, and you start to breathe and create the space around it, then it's no longer this scary thing. So now you're no longer running from it. And then it could just be. Thank you, K Rock the World. I appreciate you. Why is it daylight where you are? Because I am currently in Malaysia. It is 10:10. It's 10:10. Shout out the angels. It's 10:10 Saturday morning. So that's why. Oh, I said another comment before that one. Scroll up. Okay, let me scroll up. Relearning and unlearning. Also, I have been giving myself grace and improving my self-talk has changed my perspective on life. Yes, thank you, K-Rock. Thank you. So it's like, oh, okay, I see your comment. You said it's like me fighting the self-sabotage part of me. I'm actually in the midst of timeline jumping. Plus, my birthday is on Tuesday. Okay, first of all, happy early birthday. Happy early birthday. The tune of attunement. And don't fight the self-sabotage. Just be with it. And if that's too difficult to just allow the self-sabotage thoughts to just say whatever they're saying, then it's teaching yourself how to expand around the feeling of self-sabotage. Can you feel self-sabotage without going into the familiar patterns of, I have to fix this, and this shouldn't be? Can you just allow yourself to feel it? And when you allow yourself to feel it and you create that space around it, then it's much easier to tap into the feeling of the opposite of what, you like. Or let me ask you this. When you say the self-sabotage, like, what is it that you desire to feel? Not necessarily what you want, because that's so irrelevant. What's more important is, like, how do you want to feel? And the gag is that your true state is that feeling now. It's just that you've been trained to take your attention towards thoughts that are telling you otherwise, and you've been trained to take the sensations to mean something, right? Because a sensation appears, like these sensations, they never go away. Like the sensation of lack. As long as you are identified as a separate self, you're always going to feel lack, because you are taking yourself to be separate from environment. So it's that always, there's always this sense of like incompleteness. That's just the price you pay for placing your consciousness into, the field of this, right? That's the price you pay, is feeling lack. But can you allow yourself to, like, not label the sensation of lack as even that? Like, just label it as, ooh, there's a hollowness in my stomach. It feels like there's a hole in my chest, right? Just name the sensation without placing a story on it. Because then you don't even have to call it lack. It's just a hollowness in the chest. It's just a sensation. And that hollowness in the chest is going to get replaced by another sensation. And when you can just do that, then all of a sudden it doesn't have this story of, oh, this is self-sabotage. Oh, this is me not believing in myself. Oh, this is me not believing that I'm worthy. That's a story. It's just a sensation. Okay. Relearning and unlearning. I read that. Everything shuts down. Oh, what do you mean, K-Rock? Everything shuts down. Oh, so you're a Virgo. I'm a Leo. K-Rock. WK. Yes, it could just flow through you. I never thought of it that way before. Woo, you're amazing. How do I manifest money steady flowing in? I self-sabotage and work harder than ever necessary. Survival's old frequency lingers, but I beg the money to show up today. Rinse, do. I would say get comfortable with the feeling of losing it all. When you can get comfortable with the feeling of losing it all, then you won't be fighting the survival paradigm anymore. The survival frequency can exist because you keep fighting it and because you keep putting your attention on it. And you're just putting your attention on the story. But can you get comfortable with losing it all? And this is difficult. Like this is not easy work. Like doing nothing, like it sounds like, oh, I just do nothing. But no, it's difficult to do nothing. It's difficult to just trust. But that's why you teach your body how. You have to like teach your body how, because me telling you, like when you're talking to me about like, oh, you need the rent is due today, and I tell you just do nothing, the mind is going to go into a panic, and it's going to say, I can't just do nothing, I have to figure this out, I have to do X, Y, and Z. And then not only is the mind doing that, but then the body goes into high stress. Your heart is beating fast, your face get flushed, your face is getting flushed, it feels like static all throughout the body. Okay, Kiki, that's what's up. So, like, me telling you to do nothing is actually really like me telling you to do nothing when your body doesn't know how to hold the discomfort of loss is like very dangerous. So that's why I talk so much about expanding the nervous system, not even just regulating the nervous system, but expanding the nervous system. Expanding the nervous system to hold the because you have to be able to like breathe through the loss. And when you can breathe through the loss, then it's no longer this scary thing, and then your attention doesn't just need to be fixated anymore. Your attention is so fixated on the loss, on how it's not working, because you're afraid of it. So when you stop being afraid of it, then now your energy, you call back your energy. So it's paradoxical. By placing your attention on the thing that you are so afraid of, and allowing yourself to just stay with that, and even like practicing feeling the sensation of the thing that you are so afraid of, it releases that energetic like bind. Because now it's no longer unconsciously calling your attention anymore. Now you're consciously saying, here I am, do your worst. Here I am, do your worst. But I don't expect you to do this if you haven't like learned the skill. It's a skill. It's literally a skill. And the way you do it is like by what I teach is like the beyond ritual. Yes, K-Rock, you got this. You got this, K-Rock. Just like leaving a toxic job or hostile work environment. Yes. And it's interesting. It's this book. It's called Whatever Arises, Love That. And I remember I recommended it to a client of mine. And I was like, check out this book. It's going to change your life, you know. And she was like, I don't like this book because I'm not trying to be in this lovey-dovey, you know, just thinking that everything is roses, because that's not the way reality is. But I'm like, if you read that book, that's not what he's saying at all. What he's saying is like, because I think people confuse love with this like romantic, like this romantic idea of love that you see in the movies, when that is not what I'm talking about at all. Like, love just means acceptance. So whatever arises, can you just accept it? Can you accept it for what it is without trying to change it? Because when you can do that, now all of a sudden you have the energy that you were using before to try to make life different, to actually create the change. Because before we're thinking that we're like by fighting reality, by resisting reality, by trying to force it to change, that involves so much energy that by the time when it's time to just trust and be, which requires energy, we don't have it. It takes a lot of energy to do nothing. It takes a lot of energy to just trust. That takes energy. But when you're spending so much energy trying to make it work, you don't have the energy to just be. So that's why acceptance frees up your energy. Just accepting it for what it is, it's going to free up your energy. So now you can use that to have faith. Like, people think that this having faith is passive. People think remaining as the I am is passive. People think remaining as the witness is passive. There's nothing passive about it. It requires a lot of energy. It requires a lot of focus and attention to just trust that it's all going to work out. Thanks for reading my comments. I really do understand what you're saying. But just like you said, it's difficult. Where would you suggest we start to grow? Yes. Okay, here we go. This is the practical, right? Because what I'm saying, it sounds cool. But if your body is not accepting what I'm saying, then like it doesn't matter. So as soon as I said, well, fuck it, I surrender, a place was presented to me. Yes! I love it. I love it. I love it. The same thing happened, and I'm going to come to the practicality real quick. I just want to share this story with my client, and also, okay, I want to share two stories, and then I'm going to go into a practice that I have coined with so many influences, right? I'm so deeply influenced by my mentors, by teachers, by past teachers, that I coined the Beyond Self ritual, which I'm going to take you through, which is really going to help you to make what I'm saying practical. Okay, so before we go into that, I want to share a story about my client first, and then something that happened to me last night in a dream. So first, when you were talking about, when you said fuck it, I surrender, a place was presented to me. The same thing happened with my client. She had a candle business, and she was putting so much energy and effort into this business and trying to make it work, until eventually she was like, you know what, I'm gonna pray about this, or I'm gonna, talk to my guides and figure out what to do from here. So she did, and we also taught her. We went into a longer practice, what I do with my clients, because what we do is like we repattern the nervous system with them. I take them through, like, what's your worst fear. We bring that to the surface, and then I hold the space for them to like go through that, and then I take them to their desire. But I also created a practice that you can do on your own. You don't need me to do it. It's just something that's really beautiful about being witness doing it. But so we were going through the practices. She went to her guides and she said, what should I do? And she said that she heard, let the candle business go. So she surrendered, and guess what happened? She got a sale. She hadn't had a sale in a while. I don't know how long. I don't want to like make anything false, but I want to say a few months. She surrendered it, and then all of a sudden she got a sale for a large order for her candle business. So like her trying to figure it out was not the key. The key was to let it go. But her body didn't know how to let it go because she didn't know how to feel her emotions. She was never taught how to like truly process. She was taught how to feel and avoid, feel and fight, feel and freeze, feel and fawn, right? Bye, Kiki. Have a good night. So also with me, so last night I had a dream that I had a lucid dream. I wasn't like lucid where I could control it, but I was lucid to where I knew I was dreaming. Me and my boyfriend, we were in a car going somewhere, and I looked over at him, and like the car was moving, and I looked over at him and I said, "Why aren't you driving?" And he said, "Why aren't you driving?" And I was like, I'm not like, and we were both just going back and forth, and I was like, who's driving the car? Like, nobody's driving the car. And then that like let me know that, oh, something's off. Like, I'm dreaming. So then I was like, and usually when I become lucid in my dreams, I start to panic because it's like, yo, what the hell? Like, I'm lucid, I'm dreaming, I know I'm dreaming, like, I start like, but this time I surrendered. I just remained as I am. But this is a practice. Right, I've been practicing doing this for the last few months. So when it came time to practice it in real time, in like in an environment where it's revealed to you that this is a projection of your mind, that you are in fact inside of your imagination, like you do when you're lucid dreaming. I'm like, oh shit, I'm inside of my imagination, and I know it. Like, I know it. So what happened was my boyfriend's face started to like swirl. And I could feel the panic. My body started to like go into a panic because I'm like, what the fuck? His face was happening. And I'm lucid, right? I know I'm dreaming. His face is starting to swirl. And then all of a sudden, I get like transported to another place. And again, I'm still lucid. And I'm just like, as I am the I am. Like I'm not holding on to any of this. Like, I am the space in which this experience is appearing. I am not what this is. And I'm just staying, and then my attention is like guiding me to like a room, it felt like. But then all of a sudden I had this thought, and I was like, what if it's going to show me something I don't want to see? And that woke me up because then I had got back entangled with the thought. But I would say the last 3 times I've had a lucid dream, I got so freaking scared. Like, I would become lucid in a dream, I would get terrified, and then I would like wake up, or I would like fight to wake up. I would like, get me out of here, I don't want to be here. But because I've been practicing sitting with the discomfort, because I've been practicing preparing my body for miracles, right? Because it's not even that like your body is not prepared for miracles. People say God will only give you what you can handle. It even means that in the form of, if you desire something, it's not just going to appear, because that will freak you the F out, right? Let's just say right now, somebody from your past, like somebody that's passed away, right, that's died, comes in front of you right now and says, hi, how are you? That would freak you out. So what happens is that our nervous system filters reality. This is deep, okay? And I'm gonna go talk about this for a little bit because this is deep. But like our nervous system is filtering reality to what we can handle. So when you start to teach yourself how to hold duality, when you start to teach yourself how to hold the fact that this is all happening in your imagination, not just through like, oh, imagination creates reality, but like literally teaching your body how to handle the fact that you are inside of your imagination, that you are inside of a waking dream, then it becomes more evident to you. And what happens is that like your nervous system will start to train you in the actual like sleep state, which is what was happening with me last night. It's like, okay, your boyfriend's face is melting. Are you going to freak out? Oh, you getting transported to a different dimension and you are completely lucid. Are you going to freak out? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to freak out because I am the I am. I am not this. But then my thoughts, right? Because I'm trained to go to my thoughts. I'm trained to think like I am my thoughts. That became evident again, and then I woke up. But anyways, to anybody that's interested in like dreams and consciousness and like really getting down to the bottom of like the I am, like, you know, and like being lucid inside of your own dream. Like when Neville says imagination creates reality, he literally means that you are imagining me inside of your dream, and you are thinking that I am separate from you. You are not realizing that I am simply a fragment in your imagination. The same way when you have a dream at night and you create worlds, and in those worlds there are people that can look like me or somebody else, and they have autonomy and they have their own ideas. The fact that you think this is different, it's not. Yes, we are talking about dreams. My boyfriend does not like me talking about dreams. He is not his thing. So I like that I can come on here and talk about it. But this is so helpful. Every time I face the fear, it always works out. But I never thought about sitting with the fear and discomfort, so I stopped being fearful. Ego always pulls me back in. So okay, so now we're gonna get to the practicality, because this is how you're gonna do it. And this is the practice that I've been taking myself through. It's called the Beyond Self Ritual. Now, because what it's going to do is going to take you beyond the discomfort. It's going to take you beyond the duality. And it's going to put you into alignment with what you're calling in. Okay? So, let's imagine, for example, the person that was talking about being homeless, right? Let's just use that as an example. So, what you want to do is you want to go beyond the fear of losing, the fear of loss. So, the Beyond is an acronym. The B stands for breathe. And this is going to help you remember it in real time. The B stands for breathe. The E stands for examine. The Y stands for yield. The O stands for open and observe. The N stands for nurture. And the D stands for drop into desired reality. And I have many videos on my channel talking about this. My last video, I went into a practice with you guys. But I'm going to go into another one so that you guys can see how this works in real time. Like, this is going to make it very practical and not just this elusive, oh, just have faith and just be and just trust. No. You got to teach your body how to do it. And when you go beyond, you teach your body how to do it. So with B, when you notice that there's this fear of loss, right? There's just this discomfort, this sensation that you are used to, like, not wanting to deal with, right? You're going to ground yourself. B, breathe. Just breathe. Do 3 to 5 deep breaths. Deep belly inhales. And do about 3 or 5 to those to like really ground yourself. And then what you're going to do is you're going to examine. So just examine what's happening in the body. And also, if you're a part of my email list, I sent out a document to like help you name the sensations without going into the stories. Because when you examine, I don't want you to like go into the story of what it means, of like, oh, I'm scared that I'm not going to have anything. I'm scared that I'm going to end up on the streets, or I'm scared that, you know, what if I die? Whatever the story is, like, can you just go to the sensation in the body? Just examine what's happening in the body. So, do your shoulders feel heavy? Does your head feel like, does it feel like there's a bowling ball that's rocking back and forth, like there's a pounding sensation? Does it feel like something's being screwed into your skin? Does it feel like being pinched, right? What is the temperature? Like, go into the temperature. Go into the texture. Go into the sensation. Like, I mean, I guess I'm talking about sensations, but temperature, texture. What's another word to describe sensations? Help me out, chat. But what I want you to do is like examine it from that lens. Don't examine it from the lens of the story. Thank you, Mars. Have a great day. Don't examine it from the lens of the story. Examine it from the lens of just what is the sensation. Because that is going to pull you out of the story. It's going to put you into the body. So then you're going to yield to it. And then this is everybody's favorite part. It's their favorite part, but it's not. But it's the least comfortable. Because when you identify the sensation, let's say you say it feels like a bowling ball is rolling around in my head. Like my head is pounding. It's this pounding sensation. My heart is beating faster than I've ever experienced it. I feel like I'm being pinched. Like in my forearms, there's a pinch. I want you to exaggerate it. So yield means you just stop. Don't go past the sensation. Yield to it. Just stop and like really exaggerate it. So like exaggerate the pounding. Like this pounding, like what would it look like in the body for your head to like externally be pounding? Like pound your head. You know, if it's a pinching, pinch yourself. Like really exaggerate the sensation that you are feeling. If your heart is beating fast, go like this to make your heart beat faster. This is teaching your body that you know how to hold the discomfort. So before, when the sensation comes up, you enter one of those like very stress responses for fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Now you're teaching yourself how to expand, because when it's coming up, you are going to exaggerate it and you're going to stay with it. You exaggerate it, you amplify it, because you're teaching your body. And this, don't try to make this make sense to the mind. Just do the practice. If you do the practice for like a week straight, I'm telling you, you're gonna see results. You're gonna be like, whoa, I'm not responding to stress the same, because you're teaching your nervous system how to hold the thing that you were afraid of. So that's why. That's yield, right? You just exaggerate the feeling and you make it really big, and you do it in the body. You do it in the body, like you really make it big, and then you open and observe. So now that you've exaggerated it, you've knocked your head, you've pinched yourself, you made your heart beat faster. Now you just want to open and observe. Don't change the sensation. Don't go to the story. Just open. Can you relax your jaw? Can you relax your forehead? Can you relax your shoulders? Can you relax your abdominal muscles? Just relax. Still, don't change it. Just, you taught yourself you can hold even the worst of it, and now you're teaching yourself that you can even be relaxed in it. You can even just open to it, and then simply observe it. The observe becomes easier the more you do this, but the observe is to see that if the sensation is happening within you, then you can't be the sensation. You are simply aware of the sensation, right? But let's just focus on the open if you're new to the practice. And then you go into nurture, which is nurture. So how would you nurture a animal if it was hurt? How would you nurture a baby if the baby was hurt and the baby needed your attention? Do the same thing to yourself. Would you rock, right? Usually when babies are hurt, we rock them, we bounce them, right? We glide, we'll walk and glide, we'll hug them. So I want you to do the same thing to yourself. You just did this heavy work of teaching your body how to stay in discomfort, how to hold discomfort. Now you can nurture yourself. You're so proud of yourself. You did it, right? And then what you're gonna do, whoo, that bird, please don't come over here. Whoo. Okay, hell no. It was trying to fly over here. And then you're gonna drop into the desire. So what you're gonna do is you're going to, now that you went through all of that, right? And so instead of going, oh, I'm scared of loss, let me just put myself into abundance, right? Which is what most people will do. I'm scared of loss. Let me just think that I'm abundant, even though the body is saying I don't feel abundant. The body is saying I'm afraid. The body is saying, remember last time we had nothing, because the body remembers. And this is the story that I'm telling, but the sensations are of that, right? So just thinking positively when you are experiencing loss or when you are thinking about the worst case scenario is not what's going to do it for you, babes. If you want quick results, right? If you want to do this quickly and you want it to last, thinking positively is not going to do it. And also just trying to feel, just automatically go into the feeling. If you don't know how, it's going to feel like you're going to get frustrated, because you're going to be like, why don't I feel worthy? Why don't I feel abundant? Why don't I feel like it's working out for me? Like I'm told to feel it real. I'm told feeling is the secret, but I can't feel it. All I feel is the very familiar like hole that I feel in my chest, the very familiar loss. Like, I'm not feeling what you're saying. But when you go through the beyond, and then by the time you get to D, now you drop into the desire. So if the desire is to feel abundant, what does abundance feel like in the body? Don't think about abundance, feel abundance. And it should be much easier to do this because you created the space. Because you unbinded yourself, you let go of the bind between you and what you were afraid of by holding it, really holding it, and then expanding. So now you have space to go into the desire. And I'm not saying that the feeling is going to completely go away, but it's going to be much more settled, right? You're going to neutralize it much more, and then you can hold both at the same time. So you can hold the loss while also holding the abundance. You can hold the frequency of not enough while also holding overflow, right? You drop into the desire. And the last thing in the D is being able to take an action that signals to you that that's done. It's done. It is so, right? It is done. It is so. Ashe, right? What is one action you can take to like anchor into the fact that you don't have a loss? So maybe it could be you checking your bank account and seeing, the number that you would want to see, or like what's an action you could take if you were afraid of being homeless, to signal to you that it was done, that you are out in abundance. It could be going to buy something, even if it's $1, but going to buy something for your home. Because if you were about to be homeless, you wouldn't buy something for your home. So go take the action of buying something for your home, because you just allowed yourself to feel it, and now this is going to anchor it in. Okay? Pack your bag to a new place. I would say not. I mean, if you want to go to the new place, yes. So is it okay, yes. I'm thinking, for some reason I was thinking of like eviction, but yes, pack your bag to the new place where you're going to be living. Yes. Create a moving list. Start looking up U-Hauls. Just take an action that's going to signal that you are not going to be homeless. Once you go through the beyond, okay, let me read. So I accidentally manifest instantly. So if I imagine and feel all these sensations, will I increase these manifestations to come to me, which is what I don't want? So I always try to feel and think positive. No, because I'm telling you right now, for you to keep saying you don't want these things, they're still manifesting in your life. There's going to be the theme of these events still manifesting, because you telling yourself you don't want it. What you're going to do is you're going to consciously start to be able to redirect the energy. Like, and that's a fear that people have. People say, oh, I manifest so quickly. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to consciously manifest this feeling, but you're going to be able to hold it. Because right now, what you're doing by saying, I don't want this thing, it's still manifesting. It's just manifesting in a very unconscious way. It's manifesting in themes that keep reoccurring in your life. So when you can put your attention on this thing, this is why I love creativity and why I love artists. It's because now you can redirect this energy. These sensations, the things that you say you don't want, what you actually don't want is the feeling that goes along with it. That feeling is not going to leave you. That feeling is always going to be present. It's just about learning how to consciously direct it. So how do you consciously direct loss? Maybe you write a song about it. You write a book about it. You make some art, right? You make an art that is filled with the emotion of loss. That when somebody sees this, they feel loss. You channel the energy. You channel the emotion. It's not about getting rid of it. It's just about learning how to channel it. So if you manifest instantly, great. That means that you're going to manifest a situation where this event can come to you and you don't contract anymore. You expand, and you remember that you are the one in which this experience is coming, and you're not afraid of the worst case scenario. Bring it on. Does that scare you? That you have a lot of work to do. If the worst case scenario manifesting right now scares you, it's because your body does not know how to hold it. And if you can't experience the worst, you're not going to be able to experience the best. If you can't experience loss, how are you going to experience love? If you can't experience the feeling of not having enough, how are you going to experience abundance? You got to allow yourself to feel it. And people say that, but that's duality. And if you're honest with your experience, the things that you say you don't want, the things that you are avoiding the most, it's manifesting in your life. It's just manifesting in very unconscious ways. So maybe you aren't conscious of it right now, but become aware. Like, think of the things that you say you don't want and see how it's still manifesting in your experience. in subtle ways, like in ways that may even go undetected. It's still showing up. So this is just about being what I like to call a lucid dreamer. It's not about chasing pleasure and avoiding pain. It's about dancing with the pain and the pleasure. You're just doing it consciously now. And that's when you become the cosmic trickster, as I like to say. Right? You're knowing that you're in the world but not of the world, as Jesus would say. You're knowing that you're beyond it while also playing the character of who you take yourself to be. Because the one that's beyond, awareness is not fazed by any experience. Awareness is just all accepting, all loving, is saying yes to everything. It's only the mind that's saying, no, this shouldn't be here. No, this shouldn't be this way. No, I shouldn't be going through that. And when the mind is doing that, that's when you suffer. But thoughts don't even create reality. Thoughts filter reality. What creates reality is consciousness. But people are afraid of consciousness because they are afraid of the fact that consciousness is not just good. Even though religion wants to paint God as like being this benevolent being. But if God is omnipresent, omnipotent, God includes everything. God created the devil. But for some reason, religion wants to paint it as like the goal should just be peace. Like the goal should just be pleasure without an ounce of pain. And if you are good in this life, then you'll be able to go to heaven. You'll be able to go to paradise. You'll be able to go to a place where there's no pain. But if you don't learn how to deal with the pain, that idea of heaven is not even available to you. Because what you're going to do is you're going to create in heaven, which is just stuffing down the pain, which is this world here, the unconscious. The collective unconscious is what we call like harness, these things that we couldn't even believe humans would do. But the reason why that's happened is because people want to avoid their pain. They want to stuff it down. They want to say this shouldn't be here. So then, as in the collective unconscious, it looks like the atrocities that we see humans doing. Right? Yes, Goddess Essence. Thank you, Angel. Thank you, Angel. So let's say you can't get past a certain amount of money that isn't enough. How do you sit with that discomfort so it doesn't keep manifesting? Same technique. Same technique. What is the number? What is the number that you can't get past? Think of that number and just bring it into your and imagine like think about that number and think about never getting past that number and just go into the body. Don't think about what it means. Like the only time you think about it is to bring it into your awareness, but then you just go into the body. You hit this number, like you have this threshold. You can't get past it. How does that make you feel? Or even think about like what does going past it mean? Because the response of going past it, you could unconsciously be shielding it away because maybe you unconsciously think that it means more responsibility. Maybe you think it means being overwhelmed. Maybe you think it means losing somebody that you love in your life, right? If you make more money, then you'll be too different. So that's scary. So when you think about making this money, don't even think about like not making it. Just in this moment, like what's your knee-jerk reaction? Because your knee-jerk reaction is your reflex. And what are reflexes? Reflexes are unconscious. We're not sitting there like if I hit your hand and like your hit, or like what they do with babies when they hit their knee. If I hit your knee and your knee goes out, you're not consciously like knee move. Or what's something else that's a reflex? Like a reflex is somebody throw something at your face, you go like this. You're not saying, oh, when the ball is coming at you, you're not saying, I need to move, right? Especially if it's like really fast, you're not going, oh, I need to move. Your head is going, whoop. Because it's a reflex, it's unconscious. So there's a reflex, there's an unconscious way that you are responding to having more. I want you to get to see what that is. And when you figure out what that unconscious reflex is, then I want you to go beyond it and expand around it, be and like real quick, right? Because I explained it in a long way, but this is how it is really fast, right? When that reflex shows up, when it's like more money equals what? More money equals what in the body? Don't tell me what it means mentally, but more money equals what in the body? How does your body respond? And if you feel like, oh, the body is cool, like I feel relaxed, I feel good, I feel okay, then let's go into the sensation of what does not having a lot of money mean. not having this amount of money means what to the body. Like, go into the idea of, if I don't make more than this in my life, what is, like, how does that feel to the body? Then go into the sensation, right? Bring that sensation up. And then real quick, the beyond. I'm not going to explain it that quick because I want you to see how fast this works. You breathe 3 to 5 deep breaths. Examine the sensations in the body. Texture, touch, shape, color, temperature. That's what you need to be identifying. Do not go to the story. Go to the sensations. Then you're going to yield to it. Exaggerate it. Exaggerate the sensation. Then you're going to open. Can you open to the sensation? Then you're going to nurture yourself. Just nurture yourself. Just maybe you do some tapping, rocking. Maybe you get up and dance. Maybe you have a temper tantrum because you're so upset and angry that, like, you're here and you let out a scream. All of these are very nurturing. The body knows how to get rid of excessive energy. We've just been taught that, like, this is not appropriate, right? And then you're going to drop into the desired reality. So what is the desire? Abundance? To feel abundant. Allow yourself to, and don't think about abundance. Feel abundant. Feel free. Feel enough. Yes, really. What's her name? And that's it. And then taking action that will signal to you that you are already at that financial goal. So if you, and I'm not saying go out and, like, do something that's going to put you back into a panic state, but what's something that will signal to you that you already are at that financial goal? Before my awakening, I was always financially stable, always had money, but I've had lower months consistently for a few years where I can't barely afford it. It's so frustrating. I feel anger. Good. Sit with that anger. Sit with that anger and then go through the beyond. Go beyond the anger. And, like, what is the sensation that you want to feel? Or, like, what does that feel like in the body to be financially stable? And you remember. So you want to feel like that in the body, but go through the beyond first so that you're just not, like, bypassing what you're feeling. And then what is an action that you could take that would signal to you in the next 24 hours? What's an action that you could take that will signal to you that you are financially stable? Oh, it's not coming. I don't know if you posted the link, but it's not showing. But yeah, you take that action and it signals to you, and then boom. That's the best way to, like, reprogram the subconscious mind. And then you do that. I'm not saying to stop your affirmations. I'm not saying to stop visualizing. I'm like, this is what's gonna fast track you, right? If you're here for speed, if you've been on this journey for a while and you're like, you know what, or like you've been trying all the things. I'm telling you, this is it. This is how I'm able to be in beautiful Malaysia. Look at this. It's so beautiful here. Like, look at the palm. I never lived in a place with palm trees. And it's just like this skyline. And I get to wake up to this every single day. And I have a business that I love. And I get to serve people. I get to do this, right? I haven't clocked into a job since April of 2024, right before I had my baby. And I help my clients do the same. My client, I talked about how she found herself just through synchronistic events at the same club singing for Stevie Wonder. Because we taught her how to normalize what she wanted. And we didn't just teach her how to normalize it by thinking about it, but by embodying it. This is going to change everything for you. My other client, she had the candle business, dropped it, and then and now she's doing coaching. And she was able to get women into her community, not by trying to figure it out, but by dropping it and feeling as if she already had it in the body. In the body. Me too. Before my awakening, I had plenty and had to lose it all. I manifest everything from fleeting thoughts instantly, but I've been stuck in this loop for money. I'm going to try to tell this method. Yes. Try the method and tell me if you don't experience a shift. And don't believe that manifestation is seeing the number now either. Manifestation is about be, do, have. The shift that you're going to experience is in your being. You're going to feel like you have it. And then reality is going to catch up. So when you feel like you have it from doing this and you're able to like hold that feeling, don't go looking into reality. Be like, okay, now where is it? Because that's still lack. If you had it, you wouldn't be looking for it. Feel it and then just stay there and trust that that is going to come. Okay? Anytime I try to feel the stability I had, my body is so comfortable with this financial instability because it's been years. It's hard to feel that stability again. Go through the beyond. Go through the beyond. Yes, go through the beyond. And when the emotions are coming, don't go to the story. Don't go to the story of, this is what this means about me. This is what this means about reality. You could pick this. I always tell my clients, you could pick the stories up again in a little bit. But for the next 15, 20 minutes, no stories. Because I know we love our stories. We are story making. We are story beings, right? We love to exchange stories. But just for 15 to 20 minutes, leave your stories at the door. Leave them at the door. We are going to just go to the sensations. When I was 18, I recently $50K from my granny. She left the money for me when she transitioned. When I got the money from my parents, tricked me out. Oh, wow. I feel like I haven't been able to hold large sums of money. So that memory got, or the sensation that you felt got attached to money. So now you just have to rewire your subconscious, which by rewiring your nervous system to associate money with safety, money with connection. Because right now it's like, or like money with trust. Because right now it's like money equals people tricking me, right? So there's this like the deceit factor in it. So it's like, I don't want to be deceived anymore, so I'm gonna stay at this level of money because I don't want to be deceived. I don't want to experience that anymore, right? So that's the game that the unconscious is like bringing to you, because it's like still alive in the nervous system. When I get the money, it's just enough for what I need. It's not an overflow because of that capacity. There's that event. It got like ingrained as a memory into your nervous system. So it doesn't, because your nervous system wants to protect you, because it wants to keep you in baseline and homeostasis. It doesn't want to take you beyond that, because that was that really painful for you when your family deceived you, when your family tricked you, when your parents tricked you out of that. If that was really painful, it got stored, and then your body wants to protect you. Your nervous system is it loves you so much. It loves you so much, it wants to protect you. So because it sees having more than that as a threat, because it sees overflow as a threat of being deceived, as a threat of being taken advantage of, it's like we're going to stay here. So anytime you get a little bit above, it's like, wait, remember last time? And it's not actively saying that, but your body is. And because you haven't been trained to like sit with the discomfort of, if it happens again, so what? It's going to go, I don't even want to deal with that. And then you're going to go back. How do you stay in the being? By doing these practices, and just like throughout my day, I just stay as, I just self-inquiry. Who am I? Who is it that's aware of my experience? Right? I do that. Who is it that's aware of my experience? And when I do that, my attention goes away from my thoughts, my perception, my sensation, and it just goes to, what is it that's aware of my experience? Because that part of the self, which we all have, if I ask you who you are, you would say, I am. Regardless of where you are around the world, regardless of who you are, if I ask you, who are you? You would say, I am ... So we all say, I am. What is the I am that we are referring to? This I am is the infinite, ever expanded, like no boundaries, no limit, abundant being, love, full of love, happiness, bliss, everything that we want. We are already that. We've just been trained to identify with the thoughts in the body, so that we cut ourselves off from the whole. But that's the illusion. Like people be like, oh, it's delusional to think that like everything works out for you. It's delusional to just think that like you're gonna get what you want. No, it's delusional to think that you are separate from reality. It's delusional to think that you are not always being taken care of. That's delusion, because delusion is to cut yourself off from God, which is what in the Bible is referred to as hell. Hell is just separation from God. So when you are in separation from God by believing yourself to be the limited being and not I am that I am, what would your face before before Abraham was I am in the Bible? And I'm not even a Christian, but the Bible is filled with a lot of gems if you can read it from an esoteric lens. just stay with the I am. So to answer your question, how do I stay in my being? I just keep turning my attention to what is it that's aware of my experience, and I become less pulled by every single thought and sensation that shows up. I just stay grounded in I am. It doesn't mean I disengage from reality. Like the body still go do what it's gonna do. What I am suggesting is that you are not the body. You are not your thoughts. You are what these things are appearing in. You are dreaming. This is a daydream. You are somewhere creating this experience, and it is a dream. The same way you do it at night. You go to sleep, you have a dream with a world just like this one. The only thing is, in the dream, the sleeping dream, there's a lot of like inconsistencies. So when you wake up, you go, oh, I know that was a dream, but because there's so many consistencies here, this is not a dream, but it's just memory. When you're in the dream at night, you can't tell that like there's inconsistencies. It's not until you wake up. It's the same thing here. When you wake up in another dimension or another realm, in this dimension, because you're just feel like you are only aware of 0.5% of reality from the limited perspective that you have. But there's so much happening that you're just not even aware of. But when you wake up in another dimension, there's inconsistencies that you just aren't noticing. But the grander self was like, oh wow, there's a lot of inconsistencies in that, because it's just a dream. But your nervous system is filtering that out because it wants to protect you. It doesn't want you to go into a shock. It doesn't want you to go into a panic. It wants to keep you stabilized in homeostasis. Okay? I felt like it was my fault for years because I have two younger sisters whose futures depended on that money. So yeah, my nervous system is like money and trust, money and betrayal. Yeah. So it's just like teaching your body to see money as trust, money as safety, money as connection, money as love, and you can do that through the beyond. Okay, and then this is the last one, and then I'm gonna go, y'all, because I'm sweating like hell. What about not having a job? I haven't worked since I had my daughter. Should I still do your method, or do I need to take action in 3D to align with all three planes of existence? My business flop. Yes, but don't take action. Action is needed, but the action is going to feel effortless, right? Do nothing actually requires a lot of energy and a lot of focus. So do nothing does not mean you just sit around and like da-da-da-da-da. No, do nothing means you just keep your attention on the I am. But when you're going through the method, that's why I say the last part, when you drop into the desire, now that you're in the desire, taking action should feel fun. Like it should be inspired. So do you have a business? Do you want to get started on that business? Then like, what is an action to, is it like watching a video in like regards to building a business? Is it purchasing a course? Shout out to Fully Seen Code. So our course is live. It's in the description. If you are a creative who is wanting to either flesh out an offer, refine an offer that you have, or a product that you have, Fully Seen Code, the course is live. It helps you exactly what we've been talking about on here, but it also has a free part where it helps you create an offer, validate it, market it, and sell it all within 30 days. And I have a 30-day sprint starting August 22nd. So if you're interested in that, it's $97. The price will be going up in a couple of days. Get the link, sign up. I'll see you inside of the cohort. It's a private 30-day cohort. You will have a product in 30 days. You will have a product launched, and you'll be selling it in 30 days. Okay? So that's just my little promo. But yes, go through the beyond, and then when you drop into the desire, taking action to solidify it. If that looks like business, then okay. Maybe it looks like I said, looking online about, how do I save my, or not even save my business, but like what feels good to like the next step in my business? What feels good for the next step of earning financial wealth for myself, creating financial wealth for myself? So I need to sit with that energy in my body, get comfy with holding large amounts of money, get comfortable with losing large amounts of money. Yes, all of the things. Okay, y'all, it's hot. I'm about to go. I love y'all. Y'all have a great day, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye. Fully Seen Codes is out.